Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all feeling out there? Fine and dandy, I'm hoping. Wait one second. What the business is, man. Hope y'all ladies out there had a good Mother's Day. I figure since we coming off of that holiday, it'll be a fitting time to kick this something I've been wanting to speak on for a minute, which is the sacred feminine energy. The divine black woman. We're gonna talk about the masculine and the feminine, but I'm gonna kick it off with the feminine, since that's how this thing we call life started. The black woman and her excellence, and why she's so important or significant and supposed to be protected in more ways than one. You know, we like to celebrate the black woman, what real niggas do, and hold her up as the iconic figure she is. But we have to understand why and how, and we have to understand and know when she's being attacked, because see, she's the key figure. Now, first and foremost, we're dealing with a time where the feminine energy is coming from out of suppression. Damn, I don't ever have my fucking books out. I don't need the book right now, but the black woman within this struggle that we've been going through, as far as black and white throughout the ages, because we always, I personally feel like we focus more on the attack on the black male a little bit more than the black woman. See, if you look at how the game is played, but the black woman being so powerful, the feminine energy being so thorough, and the white race or the white man, and it's a reason why we always say the white man, because the white man has always had a combative disposition towards the feminine energy, period, even their own women. It goes back to, like I said, I read somewhere where they were speaking on how one of the points that white women were making in their little struggle for their rights in America was when with blacks were given their rights to vote, they were given their rights to vote before the white woman. So the white women, the feminist movement, what they did was uh, they use that as a weapon within their arsenal, which was saying basically, how could you give the beast of burden, which is the black man, the right to vote before you even give the white woman her right to vote. And the white people in general are supposed to be what was they were telling their own people, the white woman or the white race was supposed to be greater than black people, but you don't allow your white woman to vote before the black man. That's something that it's not from what I've seen within all of the commentary on black or white relations and racism and all that. It's not enough emphasis put on that right there, because see, that's a key point. That shows you how much this is not racism is a blank. It's a smoke screen. Cause like I said, the people who pull the strings, they're smart enough to know that the black race is the mothers and fathers of civilization. They always knew this, even when they were telling the little people, so to speak, that because what they did was they it's the divide and conquer thing. It's about power more than anything. So to keep a certain amount of power over the people who outnumber them, they keep them divided. Even black versus white. Black versus white. That's why when I say racism is a hoax, people take that the wrong way. They think that I'm saying racism doesn't exist. What I'm saying is racism, as we know it, is based on convincing white people that they're better than black people, or they're superior to black people. Hence the phrase white supremacy. So that the impact on the psyche of white people, that's even an attack on them, because it's a falsehood. You have these people walking around here thinking that that's just like, for example, if a nigga tell me, man, you're better than Michael Jordan on that basketball court. You're better than him. He can't fuck with you. And I'm believing this shit. I'm an idiot. To me, you know, I fared all right on the basketball court. I ain't played in a while, so I know I'm trash right now. But I've done some shit on the court where niggas was like, compared me to Michael Jordan in a moment in time. Not saying my overall hoop game, because my layup is I don't know how to lay up to this day. You know that, I don't know if I'm too short or what, but so imagine if I believe this malarkey and I bump into Michael Jordan on the court one day, and I'm really believing this shit, and I tell Mike, hey, yeah, man, I'm better than you. Man, I bet 100,000 I'll wipe you up because somebody done gassed me up, telling me I'm better than Michael Jordan. And I get on the court and this nigga wobble out my ass. You know what I'm saying? And I lose 100 grand. Same thing here. That's why when people like myself come in contact with white people and have intelligent conversations, so to speak, it kind of has or would, because I've had my share of conversations with white people with, if they were under the impression that the white man was supreme in his intelligence or his mind state or his mental state before speaking to me, and if they actually believed that we were all monkeys and we were stupid and innately inferior to them, then after having a conversation with a nigga like me, that'll fuck them up, because they'll be like, well, wait a minute, how's this guy so bright and we've been taught to believe that these people are just beasts? You know, that'll fuck you up. So uh, it's not, so even white people should be appalled by thinking or being tricked into believing that they're superior to their mothers and fathers, because we are the mothers and fathers of civilization. That's why it's nothing you could pretty much find that escapes the hands of black people. That's why, same thing, why I be breaking these holidays down, because one of the things that we like to say within, not we, because I never even subscribed to that. Even when I got deep into my quote unquote black studies, I never threw out holidays. But that's why we feel like, well, this is the white man's holiday and he created this. And I'm like, well, it got to be something more to this, because they're telling me that we taught white people, and white people were in a cave when we was at our highest points in civilization, or we was living way better than we are now. And they were saying these people were in caves. So, one would have to think like, well, how does these guys just so quickly come up with these holidays and all this, even within what conscious people like to pay? It's like with Christmas, it's the Saturnalia in the which is that all that shit is nigga shit too, but they like it's the Saturnalia, and I'm like, well, all this stuff, that whether it's good or bad, where did they get this? How do they develop this culture? If they're inferior to the black man, you can't say that the white man is inferior to you and then turn around and attribute all these complex concepts that are woven within these holidays. It doesn't make sense. So you would have to actually say to yourself, well, if we taught them everything they know, then this stuff that they're creating these holidays, or quote unquote creating these holidays based off of, has to trace back to the black man eventually. And that's when I started doing my study on holidays, and I was like, yeah, it does. So racism is something to keep the people divided. You know what I'm saying? On a grand scale. So, like I was saying with the whole voting thing, that right there is just an example of how the white man always knew that for him to do whatever he's trying to do, he has to suppress feminine energy, period. That's what this whole misogynistic mentality that America is ran on comes from. And it's been going on for so long, but it's only so long that you can suppress energy. You can only hold down this stuff for so long, and then it starts to surface back up. That's why you see all this Me Too movement stuff going on, which on one hand is crazy, because I'm like, well, I feel like if you're gonna which I know behind closed doors within the entertainment realm, I know that's what's going on. It is a lot of because the white man run that shit, so it is a lot of, well, you need to do this, that, and the third, or we're not gonna let you partake of this culture, or partake of, we're not gonna give you these roles, or we're not gonna put you in this position. You know what I'm saying? I know that's how niggas think. Even niggas now, black niggas do the shit. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to small shit. You know what I'm saying? You go pick a chick up, and she don't want to have sex with you, so now you don't want to take her back home and shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that situation where it's me and my homeboy, we got these chicks and shit, and they didn't want to come off the sex. And my partner's like, yeah, man, we need to make them walk home. You know what I'm saying? Pull up at the Burger King, let them go to Burger King. And then we mash off on them. And in my heart, I just couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not petty like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a petty nigga like that. I just never, I'm not that type of dude. It's not, just ain't in me to do that type of shit. But that's, just to give you a small example. So, even when you look at the 90s with the whole, you look at the music, you see a reflection of the mistreating of the feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? And now you have the women. They're like they're acting like niggas now, and it started with Lil' Kim. If you ask me, because when you look at hip hop, women in hip hop before the Biggie and Lil' Kim era, and then you look at Lil' Kim was like the first one to step out. Like, man, we finna just start treating these niggas like they treat us. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the kickoff. And shout out to Lil' Kim. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit is needed. You know, what would you do? So that was like the beginning. But it's all controlled, you know, because when you're dealing with the entertainment realm, they control that. So they control the way all this shit goes. So, but it's out of it got out of their range now. So now you see this Me Too movement where these women are not even coming forward, because the fucked up part about it is that I feel like if you're gonna put these dudes on the screen, or you're gonna come out and say these guys are bad guys because they mistreat women, and these women, you have all these women saying that they were treated unfairly based off of their sex. These women need to come forth, you know, because we don't know what the fuck going on. That's the part I'm looking at. Like, if all that shit they say that's going on behind closed doors is going on, yeah, put this shit on blast, because it's bullshit. You know, but you notice you don't see too many black women. Because I'm gonna show you something. What I think is going on with a lot of this shit. You know, you hear the casting couch thing, and black women are strong women, man. I think what it is a lot of these women were doing things that they didn't really want to do to get these positions, whatever position they may have got, or roles or whatever. And they were doing these things to live out their dreams, but they wasn't necessarily in agreement with them. They was just playing along to get along. And now they're looking back and they're mad and like, well, I shouldn't have to have done that to get to where I'm at. And now they want to kick up some dust. And you don't see too many black women, because black women are strong. Unless they're just scared to speak. But you don't see too many. That's like if you go look at Hollywood Divas. That's the storyline from what I seen. You know, the last episodes I seen on Hollywood Divas, you had chicks like Golden Brooke and them. They were speaking on how they don't fuck with these people either. Don't fuck with them. I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You know, so if I say a name, don't go attack a motherfucker just because I base my information on something they said. Just like the Columbia Short shit, you know what I'm saying? Nah, they're protected. Don't fuck with them people. You know what I'm saying? So like I was saying, you have these, you know, that's probably one of the reasons why black women, and it's kind of changing now, but that's probably why you don't have too many black women getting quote unquote significant roles, or these roles that get celebrated or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You don't see too many Halle Berrys or black women getting put on that Halle Berry stage. Like I said, it's kind of changing now, but because black women are not that compromising. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna make a black woman. You tell a black woman she gotta do some disgusting shit just to get a role. She gonna be like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We'll stick to the B-list shit. So, I just feel like, if you're gonna start this Me Too movement or whatever, where you're blaming all these guys for this, that, and the third, motherfuckers need to come out. We need to see faces. You know, don't be a coward. If you're going to accuse a motherfucker of some shit, because it looks stupid. And I'm not trying to take up for these motherfuckers. I'm just saying the shit, how it looks to me. It looks stupid. You know what I'm saying? Niggas getting fired and shit, and this, that, and the third, because of some invisible person. Sources say. That's another thing, nigga, Trump, that's what that was. I was trying to figure out, because Trump said some shit that was real spill. I couldn't remember it. It just came to me. He was like, sources. So he said, who are the sources? He got a point, because his sources said shit is some fuck shit. Well, according to sources, well, we need to know who the fuck these sources is, because How we know these sources are credible if we don't even know who the fuck the sources are? You know what I'm saying? That's just like saying somebody done a crime and we have witnesses, but we're not going to put the witnesses on the stand, or we're just going to put these guys on trial and say, yeah, we have sources saying this, that, and the third. So he was on point when he said that shit. I seen it the other day. You know, he's like, where's the sources at? You know what I'm saying? So, what you're seeing, and I would like to see black women manifesting this rise of feminine energy more so. Because all I see the white women on TV, whether it be, you know, you see it, you know, and then what they do, which is not what the rise of the feminine energy is about. What they do is make this a all women thing. Like, you know, I saw Tatiana Ali speaking on heart disease within the women, the population of women, and she was like, yeah, you know, I never knew so many women were dying from heart disease, and women and women and women. I'm like, no, everybody dies from heart. Niggas die from heart disease too. Don't just make this about women. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to set. That's the problem, the imbalance. The rise of the feminine energy is not. Like I seen the chick say some shit like, yeah, women are the future. Like, yeah, niggas are too. It's not just you. You know what I'm saying? That's our problem. We want to think that whatever, we like to think that whatever category we fall under is supposed to be held higher than the other category. Or like, you know, so it's not the rise of the feminine, it's about balance. That's always been the problem. The first problem was the masculine energy suppressing the feminine energy. So we don't need the rise of the feminine energy and the suppressing the masculine energy. We need balance. That's what this shit is about. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you know, even man, what's that sister name? Within the conscious thing, can't remember her name. I hate that. I can't remember her name too. It's an awesome sister. But she even said it herself. She was talking about the rise of the feminine energy, and she said it herself. She said this is not man over woman. And even some of these dudes are thinking like that. With this black woman is the God shit. It's like, yeah, but you're divine too. This is not about ass kissing. Because that's what these niggas are doing. They're ass kissing. You know what I'm saying? They ass kissing the black woman and scamming y'all at the same time. We ain't even going to that, but niggas know what it is. It's not an ass kissing thing. Cause I just seen a debate between a female and a male, and this nigga is steady talking about, well, the black woman is over the black man, and I got cats that I look up to as far as the conscious thing that say the same thing, but that's different. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, because the shit that they was basing that information on is valid, but at the same time, the masculine always existed too. It's just been hidden. That's what the original masculine energy was, the light within the darkness. But this other situation, this man, the woman is telling him, she like, man, she say, I don't want no nigga that's under me. She was like, the nigga was like, no, but you're greater than me and blah, blah, blah. She said, well, if I'm greater than you, then my word, she said, if I'm greater than you, then my word overpowers yours. And what I'm telling you is, I'm not greater than you. So she hit that nigga with a bad motherfucker. Man, ain't to diss that nigga or diss that and the third, but I'm just showing you how this shit goes. She told the nigga out her own mouth, no, you're sitting here talking like, she said, what the fuck I want a black man for if he's less than me? Because that's what these dudes are saying, and it's like, that's not the case. This shit is about balance. Now, I'm going to show you I'm going to show you in what area the feminine women are superior, because the physical manifestation of the physical universe is the feminine realm. The feminine energy falls under the negative. Physicality falls under the negative. Or fixated world. The lower you get in degrees, the more fixated and physical things become, the more tangible things become. This physical world we're living in is a physical, tangible reality, if you want to call it a reality. So, of course, the feminine energy, the Mother Earth, the Earth is a feminine energy. It's a physicality. It's a lower vibration of the spiritual energy. And not saying lower in the sense of the woman is lower, but what I'm saying, that's why you don't just deal with one end. That's where you get an imbalance today. You don't just deal with the negative. You deal with the positive as well. You know what I'm saying? So, we like to put one over the other. That's a problem. That causes an imbalance. Just like when you go listen to On and On by Erykah Badu. In the beginning of the song, she was like, she's chanting this thing. She's like, pick your afro because it's flat on one side. What she's saying is, you have an overinflation of one. If you have two hemispheres of the brain, the masculine half and the feminine half. If one had, that's your afro. If you have one that's in one part of your afro that's inflated and the other one is flat, you need to inflate the other one so you can have a balance. So, where I was going with that? It's not about, we honor and hold the black woman up as the queen. She bears the child, she gives birth, and that's where the Master Mason thing comes from. She is the Master Mason. Why? The Master Mason is the builder of the temple. What's the temple? The temple is the physical body. Who builds the physical body? The black woman within her womb. So, even with that, you know what I'm saying? The word Mason is M-A, mother, ma, son, the child, the baby boy, the hero, the Christ. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, because it'll be going backwards just to make it all about, and that's what I see what's going on. When I see these women speaking about the feminine energy or the rise of the woman, they try to exclude the man. That's a trick. You know what I'm saying? It's like they know it's the rise of feminine energy, so they're partaking of that energy, but then they still trying to give you the imbalance by making it just all about women. You know what I'm saying? And, that's why you don't fuck with the feminist movement. The feminist movement is not the rise of the feminine energy. Feminist movement is, the feminist thing is woman against man. This is not woman against man. This is a balance. This is man and woman, positive and negative energies interacting with each other to build and create a balance and generate energy. You can't generate energy one without the other. Read this book, The Kabbalion, The Law of the Tahuti, The Hermetic Principles. Go read this book, which I'm gonna get into. I might not be able to in this segment, but because I just want to give an introduction. But that's not what this is about. Even within black culture, we have a problem with always putting man against woman. Niggas ain't shit. Look at these memes and shit. That's why I love social media, man, because social media gives you a chance to see the minds of the people, what's on the mind of the people. And it's a bunch of bullshit at times. Niggas ain't shit. All niggas want to do is this, that. Bitches ain't shit. Oh, these hoes ain't this, and that, and the third. I be looking at this shit and be like, yeah, and a lot of that shit be true. But it's not about that. It's not about pitting the man against the woman or the woman against the man and fuck these niggas or fuck these hoes and blah, 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 blah. That's bullshit. That's division. Warmongering. So we have to get off that bullshit, man. We have to work together. You know what I'm saying? This is not about putting one or the other down. This is about lifting each other up. The quicker niggas understand that, the better off we'll be. So don't be confused thinking that the rise of the feminine energy means suppression of the male or the masculine energy, because that's not what it is. That does that to create another problem. We're supposed to work together. You know what I'm saying? Even when you look at the economic thing, because that's one of the things that they've done. Let's take it back to the whole Willie Lynch thing. One of the things that done in Willie Lynch was this: took the woman and took the man. They'll take a pregnant woman, beat the man, or even kill a man in front of the pregnant woman to put the fear not only in her, but that fear would have an impact on the child within her. So that fear that she's feeling transfers to the baby directly while it's in him, while it's in her. And then when she has the baby, she teaches the fear to the little son or the daughter. But in the case with the son in particular, she teaches the son to fear the white man so that he won't end up like his father who was slain in front of her. See, they deal with the woman in a different, and not saying that they didn't kill women and shit either, but I'm saying that in the grand scheme of things, the plan was watch how you deal with the woman. So they deal with the woman by, I hate to put it like this, but you have to bear with me. It's not a diss, but just understand the concept. The white man pimps the black woman out to the black man by creating a society where economics is what makes you who you are. If I create a society where economics determines whether or not you're a real man or not, and I control the economy, then if I can keep the black man economically destitute, I can make his wife or I can make his black counterpart look at him like he ain't shit. And not create the situation where women think that you have to have money. If you don't have money, I can't fuck with you as a black man. Then I can keep you, that's how I keep you divided. Because we all know the black man is the most disenfranchised motherfucker on the planet. So we have our own feminine women looking at us like we're not shit because we don't have anything. And then it's hard for niggas to go and get something because they've created it that way. That keeps niggas divided. And that's always been one of the rules of war with these people. The first thing they do is take over your women. Even when you go back to when the Asians invaded Kemet, that's one of the first things they did. They took the women, impregnated the women, took the baby, the half-breed baby, taught the half-breed baby that they were white or Asian, and made them look at their mother with disregard. These guys would look at their mother like their mother wasn't shit, the black woman. They would use the black woman because they understand that even when you look at royalty, the royal bloodline is passed through the black woman, the feminine energy. So they had to separate the black man from the black woman or the black baby from the black woman by telling that baby, your mom isn't shit, you're white, blah, blah, blah. But we all know that once you mix with the black, you mix black and white, the black dominates. That's why it's a hoax. They had these people actually thinking that they're white, and it turned them against niggas. They always use the mulatto, even to this day. They always use the mulatto against the darker people. So when you hear Azealia Banks going in on Cardi B because Cardi B don't know who she is, yeah, she's supposed to do that. Puerto Ricans as a whole, real Puerto Ricans, the real Ricans, because I know it's a thing with Puerto Ricans where Puerto Ricans don't like to admit that they're black. The real Ricans know. You know what I'm saying? Real Ricans know that they're niggas. Look, the only difference between a Mexican and a Puerto Rican is the land that they come from and maybe the type of Spanish that they speak. But I'm going to tell you something about Spanish. Spanish is a black language. If we taught white people how to talk, that means all languages come from the black man, period. Even when you look at the whole Moors thing, the Moors was up in Spain. The Moors opened up all them universities in Spain and was educating white people all throughout Spain. And even the whole Christopher Columbus thing and all that, when they came over here, all that was tied into Spain. You have people that are darker than me that speak Spanish. So what does that tell you? And even those people will say that they're not black. Skin dark as fuck, but they'll say that they're not black because they speak just because they speak Spanish. I know a nigga. I was locked up with a nigga my color, a little lighter. Fucked me up. We'll be playing chess and shit, and he, you know, sometimes the essays will come play chess with us. And I started noticing that he understood Spanish. So at first it was like, I was looking at it like, you know, he was a nigga that learned Spanish or whatever, which that probably was the case. But this nigga just was fluent with it. And I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at how he interact. It's like he interacting with these essays as if he's one of them. And I start looking at him, and I start looking at some of his features. I'm like, he do have like a Puerto Rican look, a Black Rican. You know, that was one of the things that stuck out to me. So I'm like, Puerto Ricans, you're black people too. Now you have some that you have white Puerto Ricans too. Like I said, it's not about Puerto Rico. It's just a landmass. When you say you Puerto Rican, you just saying you come from Puerto Rico. Anybody can be from Puerto Rico. I can go have a baby in Puerto Rico right now and raise him up, and he don't even have to. He'd have to learn the language just to be able to speak and interact with the people within that place. And then he can call himself a Puerto Rican because he's born and raised in Puerto Rico. But me and his mother, shit, we just went to Puerto Rico and had him. So so how would that look? He going to school telling people, well, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican. But then you go meet his parents, and they're black. So, you know, we gotta get off that bullshit, man. Because that's what they always do. Use the lighter skin against the darker skin. The brighter you are, that's always been a thing, which we all know within just basic black study or within the context of racism and all that and slavery. We've always been taught. We always knew they always showed more favor to light skinned blacks. So you know, that's why the black woman. But when you break the man down, when you break down the masculine energy and put him in a position to where he can't protect his woman, that's a problem. And that's what they've done. That's why the whole breaking down of the nigga in front of the woman, the buck breaking as they call it, that was the whole thing about it. And it still has an impact on niggas' DNA to this day. That's why niggas are cowards to this day. But it's a pimping thing. Because if I'm controlling society through economics, and I trick your woman into believing that you're less than a man if you can't generate a certain amount of money, and I have it to where it's hard for you, because basically what it is they make it hard for real men to make a living or make a buck or make a dollar. So your black woman is looking at you like, if you can't produce, and then they make money everything, or they make it to where you're a nobody if you don't have money, and your black woman believes this. Now she's looking at you like, you ain't shit, cause you ain't got no money. You gotta go get some money to fuck with me, and this, that, and the third. So you have to go get some money like a trick. You have to have money just to even be entertained by a woman, or black woman. And I'm not saying that's the case with everybody in general, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just really got that bad within the last 30-something years or so. Because like I was saying about Eddie Murphy on Raw, you go look at Raw, he was speaking on this phenomenon as if it was something just coming about. You know, when he was talking about the Janet Jackson thing and the what have you done for me lately and all that. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's hard for a motherfucker to do something. I'm not knocking Janet. Don't put that there. But I'm saying it's hard for a motherfucker to do something for you when you got this motherfucker who created society in a manner to where you have to be less than a fucking man in order to even make it. And if you a real man that stand on you have some integrity about yourself, and it's just certain shit you're not gonna do or take to make a fucking dollar. When they create this situation, You know, it's hard to do something for a motherfucker. So, you know, that shit is, and that shit work. Cause even with me, I know I'm a fly nigga. I know I'm handsome and shit. But if I ain't got no motherfucking money, I be looking at this shit like, man, cause I done had women, man, go out to the club, meet chicks, bad chicks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they be digging a nigga, whoop. You know, I'm fresh out of jail and shit. They digging on a nigga, we chopping it up. And then they find out I live with my pops and I don't even hear from them no more. You know what I'm saying? They see all this potential and all this shit that separate me from the average nigga mentally. But then as soon as they figure out a nigga, or you ain't got a car or some shit, you don't even hear from them no more. Instead of saying, well, let me see what I can do to uplift this nigga or help him get in a better position. They don't do that shit. They shag ass on you. And it's set up that way. But we're not getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not understanding that shit. And I'm not saying just fuck with any old nigga just cause, no, I'm saying cause some of these niggas just don't want shit in life. And they program to just be some bum niggas, you know. But that's not the case with everybody. Cause you have millions of niggas out here who are trying and have to go through all types of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's like the last job I worked on, or the last thorough job. You know what I'm saying? That's all of me and my niggas used to talk about. Like, man, this is bullshit. All the bullshit they gotta deal with fucking with these companies and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lack of regards to your life. It's like, nah, fuck that. You're working 18 hours, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. Well, I got a family. Who gives a fuck? Work or get fired. You ain't even living your life and shit because you study at work. By the time you get off and shit, you tired and don't want to do shit. You can't even have family time. You know, you used to watch TV shows and shit. The man come home from work. They sit at the table, eat dinner together, and enjoy each other's company. Niggas can't even do that. This nigga done worked 18 hours. All he want to do is give me my plate, eat, go to sleep. It's a wrap. Same thing tomorrow. We have a little time together Sunday. That shit creates problems within households because it builds a frustration up in the man. The woman, it builds a frustration up with her because innately she's feeling like, damn, this nigga's never around. I can't get the type of time I want out this nigga because he's always making the fucking money. And you got some women that don't understand what's going on, so they taking this shit out on you in other ways because they're trapped. If you ain't making no money, they don't want to fuck with you. But when you're too busy making the money, the same thing with that. I done had chicks and shit. Like the last job I had chicks, man, and lost them because I never had time to fuck with them. I'm always at work. Then when the weekend come, I'm tired. I don't even feel like I don't have the energy. You dig? She can actually told me that. You don't never have enough time. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, man, that's just some things to think about. You know, because I see how this shit's going. You know? But I'm not saying deal with a nigga that's trying to roach up on you, though. That's different. See, me, if I ain't got shit going on and I'm dealing with a chick that got something going on and she just so happened to fuck with me and choose to help a nigga out in whatever form or fashion, I'm not just gonna be